A teacher or an educator is a person who is responsible for providing assistance to students in their physical and spiritual development. In general, a teacher is a professional educator who educates, teaches knowledge, guides, trains, assesses, and evaluating students. First, teacher as a motivator. The learning process will be successful and obtain optimal learning result if students have motivation in learning. Therefore, teachers need to create learning potential and increase student learning motivation. Second, teacher as a facilitator. Teacher play a role model in providing service to facilitate students in learning activities. RPP is a learning plan that is developed in detail from a particular subject matter or them that refers to the syllabus. The RPP contains competency standard, basic competencies, main learning material, learning activities, indicators of competent achievement, assessment, time allocation, and learning research. The function of RPP is a reference for teachers to carry out teaching and learning activities so that they are more focused, effective, and efficient. First method is a method conventional method atau metode ceramah. It's a method where the teacher conveys knowledge to students. The teacher acts as the main source of information while students listen and take notes. This method is suitable for explaining material or conceptual material, complex material, and theoretical concept. Second method is a discussion method atau metode diskusi. In this method, the teacher acts as a facilitator who guides and encourages student active participation. This method promotes a critical thinking, collaboration, and active involvement of students in building understanding. Third method is a demonstration method ataupun metode demonstrasi. It's a learning method that shows how something happens. This teaching method is quite effective because it helps students to obtain answer by observing a particular process. And the learning method that I use at PPL is a discussion method because this method is interactive, so students can exchange opinion on maintain their perception in solving problems. First, formative evaluation. Formative evaluation is to provide ongoing feedback that can be used by teachers to improve their teaching and by students to improve their learning. Example of formative assessment include asking students to draw a concept map in a class. Second, summative assessment, whose goal is to evaluate student learning at the end of an instructional unit by comparing it against some standard or benchmark. Example of summative assessment is a mid-test, mid-term, final project, and a paper. And the assessment that I use at the PPL is a summative assessment with paper and final project. Cognitive abilities is brain-based skills required to perform any task from simple to the most complex. In general, motoric skills are body movement abilities whose development is influenced by child age and overall development. And then last, affective is a person's ability to give positive or negative reaction to the situation they face. Affective emphasizes aspects of feelings such as interest and attitude. First, Pedagogical competence is the teacher ability to manage student learning, including preparing learning tools, implementing learning, and evaluating learning. Second, professional competence is mastery of learning material more broadly and in depth. Third, social competence is an ability of a teacher to communicate and socialize with education staff, students, parents, and people around the school. Four, personal competence is an ability of teacher to authority and being role model for students. As a future teacher, I just that I have not mastered these four competencies optimally, so I try to improve to increase these competencies by participating in informal learning, continuing my education, and reading a lot.